I often like to think about how things are connected, kind of where we come from, how do we get to where we are. So the other day, for some reason, it came up um, about my wife. How did I don't exactly remember how it came up. And I just was kind of reminded as to why we got married. Um, she made me smile. Now, I could say that she made me happy, but I mean, she does make me happy. Happy. I don't know if she's happy, but I'm very happy. But she made me smile. You see, I've always been the guy that people come up to and go, "Hey, man, you doing okay? I mean, you look like you're having No, I'm fine. I don't always look happy, but I'm a pretty happy, content kind of person." But that's what it was. That little things that she made me smile. We started talking. All of a sudden, the next thing you know, I'm smiling more, and it starts affecting my life. And I'm like, I got to keep this person with me at all times. And that has never gone away. So what does that have to do with bikes? Nothing. You know what else doesn't have to do with bikes? There's a chocolate festival coming to Rushville, Indiana. It's an international chocolate festival. And I was talking to the lady putting it on, and she was really cool. She's talking about her husband likes to ride bikes, that he's come back from riding in the Pyrenees recently. I'm like, that's pretty freaking awesome. And as we're talking about it, and she goes, hey, yeah, talking about her husband's coach. Do you know anybody that's a good coach? And I go, yeah, my friend Matt Tanner has been coaching people forever. He's awesome. Passed on contact info, and you know what's going to happen? We really don't know. I don't know. I don't have a clue what's going to come of that. Now, could something come of that? It could. Could nothing? Absolutely. But what could happen is that Matt could pick up a few new athletes. Her family could go and check out SDS bikes. Maybe we sell a few bikes. People start doing gravel that have never been gravel riders before. Stuff could happen, but we really don't know. The only thing that I know is going to happen from that is picked up a new subscriber. I saw that firsthand. We got a new follower, new subscriber. That's it. Anything else that could possibly happen, we have no idea. But it got me thinking about a recent chain of events and how things have happened just from the fact of being open and trying to be a positive person, but just kind of being open to trying new things and doing things in I don't know, different way. I don't know. But I like thinking about that. I like examining, this connected to that connected. The whole was the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon kind of thing. But beyond that type of thing, if we follow a chain of events, things will happen that lead us to something else. I don't know. It's kind of fun. But a recent chain of events has got me to things going on right now. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. Might be just a little much. Gotta be kidding me. Hey.
Hey, I talked to Trish.
That was my wife. And I can't complain about that because she makes me smile. But no, when I think about a recent chain of events, one of the things I think about is the fact that just being open to things. Yeah, I had reached out to Brian from Ride Along Adventures because he had mentioned something in his family that they had gone through, and my family's kind of going through the same kind of thing. And I just want to say thanks. I wanted to say thanks. And then a conversation started. And Brian's the kind of guy, he's kind of open to talking about things. And it was nice. And then so we just kind of carried the conversation on. Next thing you know, Brian's got an SDS bike, And he loves the bike, and it gave me a lot of confidence. So from there, we had a day we had to meet Brian and thought, hey, let's find somewhere kind of halfway in between that we can go do a ride together. And it just kind of clicked. Yeah, so it was a little bit more than halfway for Brian, but what if we try to go ride with Tim Fitzwater? So we reach out to Tim Fitzwater, and Tim's like, "Yeah, come on over. Let's go for a ride." Yeah, we go on this ride. The ride is ridiculous, you know. So you got to watch Tim Fitzwater's channel, and if you're watching it, some of the stuff that he rides on, you know, it doesn't look like it's that big a deal, but good lord, some chunky gravel around here. What I go riding on is chip and seal around cornfields. This is chunky gravel, you know, and it's a conversation that I've had with other people, and then you kind of have to realize, well, let's just be honest. I don't go on anything that chunky, and I've had people going, "Hey, but we need something different." Well, I wasn't open to it, and Mr. Smith knows exactly what I'm talking about. I wasn't open to it, but having that experience of that chunky gravel, we got to go meet Otis from Dirty River Cyclery, cool guy, and we're talking bikes, and it's different than what I'm doing. It's different than what we're doing. I'm an old roadie at heart, and then we get talking a different style of bike, and I'm just, while we're there, we realize we need a new bike. And it all started with an email to Brian, a little bit of confidence, and then the next thing you know, kind of coming to grips with the fact that there's been something that I have wanted for a long time, and I couldn't put my finger on it, couldn't name it. And again, like this whole year, so this year I've had the best year of riding that I've ever had in my entire, well, I shouldn't say my entire life, since Strava. Because there were times back in the day that we rode a ton. We would ride 40 miles a day when I was a kid. But this year, I have already surpassed my total miles for last year. So I've had the best year of riding that I've had in a long time, and the best year since Strava. And that's one of those things. I was talking about that with the lady from the Chocolate Festival. And I got to tell you, kind of walk away from that going, yeah, let's just keep this thing going. Let's keep this thing going. And all these things connecting together. Something that's been bothering me, something that's been on my mind for this entire year is like, there's times I want something different. And we talk about the fact that people ride things different. A lot of us, you know, have e-bikes. I'm getting rid of mine because I don't need it. I don't go anywhere that I would need an e-bike. And on an e-bike, I just take it easy. I'm just not riding. I really don't need it. Right now, I'm 2 miles away from the shop. I come out here and I go up one hill. I don't need the e-bike. So I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to go to the thing that we're making. I've been wanting this for a while, and I have not been able to put my finger on it. We've tried in the past, and because of the way things were running, the way that we were marketing, because of lots and lots and lots of reasons, we just couldn't get it done. It just never happened. But it's going to happen now. We have a different way of doing things. We have an openness to different things. We're being true to who we are. So I'm not saying anything bad about the fact, because we used to have the gravel killer, that we focused on the gravel killer. But we're being who we are now. And this bike here, you know, the Crusader and the CR1 over here, you know, this is what I grew up loving, is that geometry. I love that style of bike. And I'm always going to love that bike. This Crusader is my absolute favorite bike I've ever ridden. But sometimes, and it's been nagging at me, sometimes I just want to hop on a bike and go and not have to worry about kitting up. I just want to wear regular shoes. I'm wanting to do it in a different way. And I got my eyes open to something totally different, something that I would never do, very chunky gravel. And got talking to somebody about a different way of doing a bike, and I'm like, hey, let's do it. This looks fun, and it was a blast. Having that openness to try something new. You know, we're gonna make the bike I've been wanting. We have my dream bike, and now something else that I've been wanting. We're gonna do that too. And at this point in the video, my script is done. I wrote up what I wanted to talk about. This is what I wanted to talk about, and I'm going to get to this point, and it's like, so what now? And then it's blank paper, because I thought I'm going to come up with something on the fly that's going to be brilliant. I think sometimes that's what our brains tell us. I've got nothing, you know. But kind of thinking about all of this stuff going forward, you know, the day that I met my wife, the day that I realized I'm smiling more than I ever have, what did it mean? What was going to happen? There was no guarantees. All I said walking away from that day was I want to know her for a long time. It was about a day later I said I'm going to marry her. I didn't tell her that for about 8 more months. But there was no guarantees. I'm just like, I want her. I want people like her in my life. Meeting the lady from the chocolate factory, sharing her Matt Tanner's information. What's going to happen? We don't know. Maybe nothing, maybe something. Making this new bike with the help of Tim and Otis, you know, I've been joking around saying that I want to make sure we make Kevin's bike. I do. I want to make Kevin's bike and all the other Kevins out there. I want to make those bikes. I don't know what's going to happen because of what these wheels are for. But I'm going to be open to it. I'm excited for what can happen. Yeah, stsbicycles.com. And if you need a coach, check with Tanner. If you like chocolate, check out it's the Rushville, Indiana. It's a chocolate festival. It's international. There's people there's chocolate sitting in customs in Cincinnati right now, waiting to come to the festival. The chocolates come from Japan. I mean, it is truly coming from around the world to Rushville, Indiana, because I don't know why, but a guy came to the town, liked what we're doing, fallen in love with our little town, and so now we're having some cool things. It's fun, you know. Come and see us. If you come to the Chocolate Festival, you'll be at the Love Community Center. I'll be there. Holler at me, I'll bring a bike. This is so quiet. But yeah, good things. Good things can happen in this world. Good things can happen in this world. They can. It doesn't have to all be bad. Chocolate Festival? Bikes? I don't know. Thank you for watching. Check us out, STS Bicycles. Have a good one.